Why fans on Facebook and Instagram do not necessarily equal business growth coming up. So, on Facebook and Instagram, there's this misconception that the more likes you have and comments you have and shares you have, etc., the more your business is going to grow. But that's not necessarily the case, right? So, in this video, we're going to break down 7 things to think about when it comes to these vanity metrics and how you should be thinking about it so that you can use social media, Facebook and Instagram to truly grow your business. So the first thing to think about when you're setting up Facebook and Instagram campaigns is what's the goal, right? What's the end goal? And focus on that. Don't get caught in the weeds thinking about the goal to have a lot of likes or have a lot of comments or shares. Those things can be exciting, can be fun, but ultimately the goal isn't necessarily to have 1,000 likes, right? It's probably to have $1,000 in sales. So think about the strategy of the campaign and how you need to set up the campaign, the messaging, and the targeting to reach that objective, as opposed to being caught in the weeds focusing on things like likes and comments. The second thing to think about is when you use strategies like page post engagement or page likes, you're really targeting the clicky users, and you're focusing your targeting and your efforts after a strategy that's targeting getting more likes and comments and shares. And so you're targeting an audience and attracting an audience of clicky users that aren't necessarily the audience that you really want, which is the folks that want to come to your store and make an online purchase or maybe schedule an appointment or a free estimate, etc. So using strategies that target clicky users is probably not in your best interest unless that's truly your goal to have more likes and comments. But if your goal is truly to drive sales and increase the growth of the business, don't use those types of strategies. The third thing to think about is clicky users are typically 5 times more expensive than targeting the right users. Now, what's a clicky user? A clicky user is somebody that has a high likelihood of clicking your post in terms of liking, commenting, or liking your page, right? These are active users on social media in terms of the actions that they take with regards to the social media component alone, but they're not necessarily the users that are taking buying habits and buying decisions off of social media and taking action elsewhere with your business or other brands. And so the reason they're more expensive is because people that want to have more likes and comments are all targeting these types of users. And out of all the users on social media, only 10% are considered clicky. So if you're using strategies to target page likes and page engagement and post engagement and stuff like that, what you're doing is you're targeting a small audience that a lot of brands are targeting that is expensive at the end of the day and yet doesn't generate sales. So this is why you want to avoid that. The fourth thing to think about is according to a Nielsen study, there is no correlation to the expense of a clicky user driving additional brand awareness or sales, meaning that clicky users are more expensive. And so, therefore, you might think, well, maybe they're more expensive because they drive more results in terms of sales. That's actually not the case. This study shows that the cost per conversion and cost per acquisition was actually higher by targeting this group. So strategies like page likes or post engagement don't drive a good return on investment when you're looking at cost per conversion, cost per acquisition. So think about strategies outside of that can help you achieve your goal while at the same time maybe increasing your brand awareness and also getting some of that engagement that you're looking for. The fifth thing to think about is when you're targeting clicky users and really focusing on things like building up your likes and comments and whatnot, is that 90% of purchasers make a purchase without ever liking or commenting on that brand's social media post. And so here's the thing, guys, think about this for yourself. Who are you liking and commenting on when you're on social media? Probably all of your friends, your family, etc. So you're not really doing that on brands, generally speaking, that you're about to purchase, right? When you're about to make a purchase and a buying decision, you kind of go through a different process of making that assessment and making that purchase. And those are the types of campaigns that you want to be running to grow the business and the types of targeting you want to be doing on social media to grow your brand, not using strategies within Facebook and Instagram, such as page post engagement or page likes, because that really isn't the end goal, right? The end goal is sales. So think about that. The sixth thing to think about is a study from Harvard Business School, which was what is the value of a like? And in the study, it basically showed that if somebody liked the content of a brand a lot, their purchasing did not increase, right? An increase in likes did not show an increase in sales. And so when you're using campaigns that are focused on just those vanity metrics, they're going to do just that. You're going to see an increase in likes, but what you won't see is an increase in sales. So what you need to use are the other strategies on Facebook and Instagram and the types of campaigns that you can run that the end goal and the focus truly is to increase sales. The seventh thing to think about is that there is a solution. So let me break down the solution for you right now. Tip number one is do not boost your ads to increase engagement, profile views, or page likes unless that's ultimately truly your goal. Tip number two is there's better alternatives that help you target and reach the end goal that you're really after. So let me break those down. Consider more meaningful metrics for success like brand recall and conversions. More specifically, use things like the brand awareness objective, which targets users that are more likely to show interest and take action with your brand. The video views objective is also good because that targets users that are more likely to want to watch your video. The landing page view objective is really good because that targets people that are likely to actually visit your website. And when they visit your website, that's even more powerful, right? Because now they're into your website, they're in your retargeting list, they're seeing your content. This is a really strong one. The website's conversion objective is a really good one because that's going to target users that actually want to purchase your product or services. And if you're targeting those that are likely to take these actions, don't expect a lot of engagement, right? It's nice. You're going to get engagement, and that's great, but don't expect it and hang your hat on the campaign success based on those things. Focus on the end objective, right? Because that's the end goal. Because the goal with these objectives is not engagement for you, nor is it for those that you're targeting, right? So this is more in line with what your focus is, which is increasing sales and reaching these objectives. And along the pathway of doing that, you're going to get more likes and comments just as a default, right? That's the beauty of this, is it's a win-win. Whereas when you focus on the engagement objectives, that's really focusing on that and excluding this. So that's not the win-win, right? So think about your campaigns and really do some research on the different objectives. Do some Google searching, look on Facebook's knowledge base, watch some YouTube videos, build your knowledge up around these other objectives. So when you jump into your Facebook and Instagram campaigns, you can start to implement these objectives into your strategies and really blow up your sales. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this helps you kind of understand the different types of objectives when you're talking about Facebook ads and Instagram ads and how you can utilize those to really grow your brand. And as a default to that, also increase your engagement. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you have it. Like the video if you like it. Share it with your friends if you think this would be valuable for them, and follow us for more content like this down the road. Happy marketing.